Do me a favor. You wearing headphones? Peyton?
He's muted now.
Peyton, this is important.
Trying to reward your dog verbally, Peyton. Also, we've started the stream.
I love how everybody instantly knows what I'm doing.
Well, yeah.
Peyton!
I give up. This is... So
Welcome to the stream, where we're trying to reward Peyton's dog as Athy frantically splices together interweb.
I'm back, sorry. My grandma.
Never mind, it's too late.
Yeah, don't be sorry about that. Be sorry for your dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dog will never know if it was, satisfactory or not.
I'm so confused.
Anywho. Oh, I need to adjust this. I am not Bishop.
Any whom?
Are you not
actually.
Bishop? We are Bishop? We are Bishop.
We are the Borg.
I really wanted that to be the team name. They didn't go for it. Alright, Athy is not here yet.
Oh, apparently I'm 1218.
Apparently.
Alright, everybody pass your character sheets off to the left.
Alright, so what happened last time? Does anybody want to recap? Does anybody want to tell it from their perspective? What the heck happened?
Carnivorous fucking plants.
I think the more appropriate term is, oh god, not the bees!
No,
They were locusts.
Anders is gonna focus more on the weird hentai shit.
I don't know, I showed up about halfway through.
Yeah, you showed up just in time to pass out, didn't you? Meet some new people.
Yes. You know, in hindsight, maybe waving a flashlight around a bunch of bugs was not the greatest plan.
What are you talking about? That's the best plan.
Kind of the only thing that'll grab their attention besides food.
Oh, you were chasing something, weren't you, Julie?
I was, and it got away, and now I'm hungry.
That sounds like a personal problem.
It got away and then became something more than itself. So now you can't kill it. Well, I mean, you can, but I think Ben would be pretty upset.
I will find you in real life, motherfucker.
Paid good money for Bildo Staggins. Alrighty. So last time, yeah, you guys got in a bit of a pickle with the local wildlife. You, followed the trail, searching for your friend. And, your friend was taken by a large man in some heavy armor. You followed his trail through the woods. You found some different new terrain, new plants, and then things got strangely quiet. And then they got very loud. You encountered a large group of buzzing pests among the trees. And also some very creepy plants that looked like they kind of wanted to eat your friend, but then not so much. Before you found out what exactly happened to your friend, you guys got ambushed from above and all around by a number of large bugs. You might have heard something else going on right before that battle, but you couldn't be sure. Definitely didn't sound like the wings of any of these kinds of things. But there was no sign of your power-armored friend once you were able to best all of the plants and the bugs. You inspected your friend, Liam, and found that he had a big hole in the back of his neck. And you weren't quite sure what to do with that, but I believe 1218 and 1218 and Ethan, they had an idea. Ethan more of the holding type, 1218 more of the digging through flesh type. And
The more Scarlet Earthenia type.
yeah, here, you hold this, let me get in there. And upon digging, 1218 was able to discover that your friend had been surgically adjusted in some way. Something looked removed. And I believe 1218 was, the group had decided that you wanted to chase the power armor person, so 1218 decided to put the tools away and investigate later. Unless you guys are heading out right away, I think that's kind of where we left off. You guys had daisy chained up, decided to head right after with urgency.
Yeah, it was like, any objections? No. Good. Let's go.
Yep.
All right, and I believe she's not here, but I think that 1218 had Liam kind of slung over their shoulder.
I believe that was the case, yes.
Alrighty. And Julie leading the way with your newfound group of friends who were kind enough to heal you up a little bit. You guys are still pretty... Are you guys still pretty scraped up? You took a short rest, right?
Short
We
rest,
took
yeah.
a short rest.
Yep, that was during the time that 1218 was doing the diggy bits.
Alrighty, so you guys daisy chain yourselves up with Julie in the front, because, you've been through this area a little bit, at least more than your friends. So it makes sense for you to lead. Scout your way through.
Alright, y'all. Follow me. And she'll start heading into the woods. Trying to avoid any of the plant life that may try to kill us.
That would be preferred.
And I believe when we left off, I was following tracks of some sort.
Yes.
You were following... I mean, they're not so much tracks as, just downed foliage. You guys are kind of traipsing through very dense foresty kind of stuff. It's a weird, strange mix between, kind of pine trees, but also, there's mold and moss growing all over everything. It's a very strange mixture of stuff. And it's the more you guys kind of step in, the warmer it's feeling. But you, go ahead and give me... You guys are... So if you look on the map that we just moved you to, the party is taking up a little more space than they would naturally, but you guys are on this path. And let me see. Oh, that's a much more accurate size of your party. Okay. You guys... So when you were in Withervale, you saw a road heading out of Withervale, but... down the line, you saw that this road here wasn't as well kept as this side was. Sorry, let me just scroll.
I'm not the... There we go.
There we go. So this side was not as well kept as the side towards the NCR. So this side was a much smaller road, and it was a lot more broken down. And at a certain point around here, the footprints that you guys were following from Withervale broke off in like a different direction. Kind of broke off to this way. There we go. Okay, cool. And it illuminated neon blue, so it was easy to follow. As you guys kind of headed off, parallel to the road. But now you guys are, what you're following now is just, like I said, it looks like you're following some big thing that walked through a bunch of grass. So Julie, if you would like to go ahead and give me a survival roll.
Okay. Starting off strong, I see.
Can Ethan be helping her for advantage?
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, a 9. Yeah, totally. You absolutely know where you're going. It is this direction. And you take one step forward, and you get distracted by like a drip of some wet coming off of one of the trees above you, and you look back down, and it's almost like if you don't keep your eyes on it, it's almost hard to see the path where it got smashed. You would know based on rumors, Julie, that you heard of anybody that is in the Brotherhood of being an adept scout. I mean, you're a pretty good scout, so, like, no one's better than you, naturally, but you've heard that they're pretty good at hiding their tracks, so looking up, you kind of lose the path for a minute, and you are just distracted by the path that you're on now. It's nothing like the path that you chased the deer after. And
Alright.
you see some different plants that you haven't seen before. You guys don't see any of the plants that you saw in that field there. None of the ones that look like they want to take a bite out of you. But looking around, you see a lot of greenery. You see a lot of moss-covered roots. And you don't hear much of anything aside from just like raindrops dripping off of leaves onto the ground. Every step that you guys go forward and take is just squishy, wet ground. You can't see too far to either side of you off of this path, although the bushes next to you are no higher than about, you're just above your knees. You still can't see too far ahead. The tree trunks are kind of blocking most of the sight in front of you.
How about as we walk, I start using my sweep ability to keep track of escape routes that this person might have been running through. Just so I can keep my eye better on the path.
Alright, we are moving you to a more accurate... Whoa, hold on. Alright, so you guys are approaching from this side. The path is comparatively a little wider than it actually would be, but we just wanted to give you a fairly clear path.
Are we to place ourselves on this map?
Yes, you are placing yourselves on this side of the map. And with your sweep, 30 feet in front of you. Okay. Yeah, so, you don't notice any, alarms or, surveillance, but you're keeping track of what is clearly his escape kind of route. And, as you guys are getting a little bit closer, Julie, you see a slight difference just off of the path of this area here. And you're noticing like a almost perfectly crescent-shaped clearing. It's fairly wide, and it's looks like some of the foliage here has been singed, or it's very strange because everything else around it is kind of wet looking. But from where you are right now, it looks like a burn.
I will approach stealthily. Keep my eye out for anything that might have made that.
Alright, whoever's approaching, go ahead and give me your stealth roll. as you guys are kind of approaching this. You don't hear much of anything except for that wet dripping sound.
I will also help, I believe, our robot friend, who I doubt is very stealthy. Help us stealth a little better.
And are you the only one approaching, or is everybody going up there? Keep in mind that 1218 is still carrying Liam. I'm not sure how close 1218 would actually get. But yes,
I'll stay back a little bit. I'm not super stealthy, but I can run up in an emergency and bash some.
You can follow her up because he's usually stealthy.
I'm just going to sit right where I am.
Okay.
We'll keep a hunting rifle at the ready, though.
So they'll slowly stealth on up.
Sorry, I'm trying to juggle, like, looking on the stream and looking on the other DM thing. There we go. Okay, so Julie, as you and Ethan maybe approaches, I don't know, you kind of maybe lost him back there? Where is he? You guys kind of slowly approach, your footsteps kind of sinking into the ground as you get closer.
Did he ever exist?
Yeah, you're not even sure. Did he do that, like, elf thing where he climbed up a tree again? I don't know.
If you go over 30, you stealth right out of the campaign.
That's how you get to the other dimensions.
Roll a new character.
It smells so weird over here. You guys were smelling the damp, rich earth smell, but Julie and Ethan, as you guys get closer, you smell like a chemical, like a gasoline smell. You smell like burnt, like a campfire kind of smell, like a burnt twig smell as well, with a faint nostril kind of burning chemical along with it. And as you get a little bit closer, you hear some noises, like a snort honk and a sniff, a big wet sniff, off in this direction over here.
When you say gasoline, are you talking about, like, flame of fuel?
It's similar. It's got a fuel kind of burn to it. It is not as strong as the woody campfire scent, but it is definitely there.
Hold up. I think I hear something coming from within the trees.
Take it real slow.
All right, and as you move that way, you hear more of that snorting, and then you hear a heavy twig snap off in this direction. What's your passive perception, you two?
16.
Okay, yeah.
15.
Yeah, okay. Go. You guys see a little tiny creature kind of misstepping and fumbling over some of the roots that are high up over the ground and kind of sprawled out, peeking in and out of the bushes ahead. And you hear that heavy sound of a little pup kind of sniffing its way in your direction. You don't see that it's noticed you, it's just kind of sniffing and then tilting its head down, and kind of, it looks like it's heading in the direction that you guys were, towards this area.
I'm just gonna get low in some scrub bush and keep out of its line of sight for now.
Okay. You're crouching down. Ethan, what are you doing?
Looking out for the mama bear.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for too.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception if you're looking out for other things.
Because if there's a baby, how go I?
All right. Ethan, you, Julie gets down and is kind of, in the Jurassic Park scene where they're like, no, I've got the eye on the, Velociraptor, I've got her in my sights. You look to the side and you're like, there's the other one. The one that's actually hunting you, or something nearby. Ethan, you spot it right away. Julie, you're just kind of distracted by the little one crawling around in the forest. And Ethan, you see what everybody sees on the screen here. You hear more of the subtle snorting down this way, but you hear that twig snap that you guys heard from before was definitely coming from straight ahead. And you hear, you can almost hear the hot, gross breath as you get a sight of this terrifying, much larger creature that I'm going to show you something just because I found it and it scared the crap out of me. But it's not hair. It doesn't look entirely like this, but I wanted to... This thing freaked me the hell out. It's not hairless, but, imagine some pulling flesh off of there and unnaturally yellow glowing eyes, and that's pretty close. Much longer nails. But, yeah. Not a friendly looking thing. Looks like it already smelled shit on the way, and it hasn't noticed you just yet, but you imagine that in about 2 seconds here, you guys aren't going to blend in quite as well as you once did. It seems they all seem to kind of be making their way slowly but surely towards this crescent area here. A strange smell.
Ah, crap. I start pulling out my hunting rifle and lining up a shot.
Hold on. Maybe we can just avoid them. Back off from where they're headed.
All right, as you guys kind of make your way back, I'm gonna have everybody just roll initiative, just so because they're gonna start taking movements, and we'll see if you guys are prepping weapons and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll just have it up, just in case.
Sorry, I had to clear it.
This music
I'll
is...
edit
I keep trying to put on, like, cool music, and it's just going, like, dump, 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 dump. It's not working with me, Kevin McLeod.
I demand that 16 I rolled earlier. Oh, never mind. It is done.
All right, so Julie and Ethan, as we're getting stuff ready, you guys kind of are walking backwards, and Bishop, you held your ground, and you're looking out, and whatever made them back up, it's not good. So in looking, it's almost hard to pick out the difference of their colored fur amongst all this deep brush, but you're able to pick out what's going on, and I'm sure you'll want to communicate it back to 1218 and Anders what's going on ahead of you. And you guys had to follow single line pretty much to go along this previously cleared out path. Julie, you got close enough to see that up here, right next to where that circle was, the path kind of isn't quite as clear anymore. It seems to stop right after that, or right around this. You didn't get quite close enough to see exactly where it stopped, but pretty close. And the bears don't seem to have, the Yaguai don't seem to have any trouble traipsing over the horrible terrain that's around here. And I'm just letting you guys know that anywhere off to the sides here, it's if I didn't make it obvious enough, it is difficult terrain. Anything that's not on that one line path that you guys were on.
Affirmative.
I mean, I guess technically we're in initiative order, so I will prompt here. So, Julie, I don't know if you've stood up as you were backing up, or if you...
No, crawled back.
Okay. As you've done so, what are you doing in this brief second?
I am taking aim at the big one and readying an action. If it starts coming towards us, I'm just going to take him out. If it comes at us aggressively.
Okay. All right, and that is where you are. That is what you do. Okay. Yeah, they currently these Yaogwai, they haven't made any sort of quick movement, but that may or may not change. Anders.
Damage Sponge is going to get in front of the ranged people. And that's all. I'm just pull out the bat, keep it next to him. Ready in action, can I?
Can you? Do so.
Okay. If there's a bear in melee with me, I'm going to hit it.
Bears indeed. Okay. So, Anders, as you step up to the plate, as it were, you hear some sniffing and some deep... and then there's some sniffing as you see a little pup emerge here. Now, I know Julie was laying down and slinking back. I know Ethan was taking a much more passive stance here. Anders, how were you when you were positioning with said baseball bat? How was it done?
Not making eye contact. It's down, but both hands are on it. Like, kind of a ready position. Not up ready to swing, but like down.
Okay.
Definitely not aggressive. Just ready.
Okay. But like frontward, definitely like on the path, like occupying that.
Yes.
Okay. So it initially starts to sniff around this burnt out circle, not quite, with maybe a little bit of trepidation, hesitation, sniffing around. As it starts to make a circle around, unfortunately, it starts to move in a counterclockwise motion, and Anders sees your body occupying space that usually isn't open in the jungle, or this forest, or junglerist. And it and starts to pick up significant speed towards you. And as even little bears are to do, this one minds the gap.
Okay, it's within melee with me, so I'm gonna fucking smash it. Or try to, anyway. Probably not.
I'm sorry. You must be at least over double digits to proceed.
Yeah, I figured.
And maybe sensing that you're trying to play with it, it's gonna try to play with you too. I don't know. That must have been 21's good. And then it's trying to wrestle you down a little bit, and then it's just bats at your chest a little.
Second one, not gonna hit.
Oh, you have like padding there and stuff. See? It's totally fine. Bears are absolutely friendly. Ethan. You saw Anders step it up a little bit, and then a little pup just come out and be like, "Oh, Anders, this one looks like it's my size. I can play with it."
So when you say it's playing with Anders, is it mauling him?
Like little mini bears maul things. Yeah, it's definitely making mauling-like motions. But it's smaller, so less effective.
Do I try animal handling? Fuck it. Ethan's gonna kind of come up alongside Anders and just go like whip out a cracker or something.
It worked with little Frank.
Whip out a cracker that would typically be reserved for little Frank. And just kind of reach down towards the pup and go like, whoa, whoa. Hold your horses there.
All right, you as you hear like a little squeak of protest as you pull out the cracker, give me a nature.
Nature or animal handling? Trying to handle an animal.
Yes,
and I have proficiency in that.
You were trying to yes, I'm trying to figure out how much you know first. So roll nature first. As you're reaching in and grabbing one of little Frank's stash. I've
heard of a
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you're like
not much more.
You know that at some point they had to have been pups also, but you've never heard of somebody having one for walks and cuddles and, being domesticated, basically. Now, whether or not you want to be the first to try, go for it.
Oh, hell yeah. Already dedicated myself to the cause.
But because you're going against your what you know to be true,
Disadvantage?
That's gonna, disadvantage.
Fair enough.
Kind of really want you to do this too. Oh. You kind of start to reach your hand out and you're like, "It's okay, boy. It's okay." And it turns and like wet snarls at you and is like, "Huff." and it has no like attack left in it. It's currently, all about that Anders, but it gives you a wet harumph at your attempt to, placate it like it's a little toy.
All right, well, that's about as much as I'm gonna try.
Any other action, bonus action, movement, action, etc.?
I'm gonna just kind of head to that tree. If it procs an attack of opportunity, it's at disadvantage. Because of evasive footwork. But I'm gonna head to that tree. Head around the tree. Wait, hold on, let me make sure I have enough movement for this.
As you start to move away,
oh yeah.
It realizes that you're like more of its potential food is moving away, and it is going to take a swipe at you. But the bigger mama bear from far away really almost made eye contact with you. I don't know, they're creepy glowing eyes, so you're not quite sure, but seemed to take note of what you did.
That's gonna miss.
There's no good DM way to say Mama will remember this.
It is hard for animals to inflict emotions on their face.
Especially when their flesh is, falling off and their eyes are just big glowing holes.
Only have half a face.
I can still eat.
And then Ethan's gonna bonus action hide. Or attempt to indeed rush. At a 21.
So as you become the bush, Bishop, you saw Ethan. You saw Anders come up and take that protective stance that you remember from not a short while ago, and then posture towards this pup, try to smack it in the face, and then Ethan tried to give it a cracker, and then hide and become a bush. So, what does that bring you up to?
Yeah. Bishop just kind of watches what Ethan had done and shakes his head. And since the bear swung at both Anders and Ethan as Ethan moved away, and managed to actually hit Anders, it is definitely not a friendly foe.
Can you have a friendly foe?
Yes, you
Is
can
that a thing?
actually.
It's like a rival.
Yep. So bonus action, I am going to use inspiration for yeah, let's give it to Anders. So that would be a d6 for you on
Cool.
any of your attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks. Basically going to be looking at you and be like, come on, you're better than a stupid animal.
You're goddamn right I am.
And then going to line up a shot with the hunting rifle, and I'm going to attempt to shoot it.
I got 3 its. Which it? It's it.
The bear. Pup. Because, have I seen Mama yet?
I mean,
Julie's aiming at something.
you can see the outline. Yeah, you can definitely tell that creature exists and is there. You might not be 100% certain exactly what it is yet, but Julie's done a rather significant job of being like, that one.
Right. Okay. Still, going to take the shot at the pup, since that's immediately the issue.
Okay.
Hunting rifle. Does a 14 hit?
Yeah, that'll definitely hit that pup. You wing it. There's a loud bang. And it seems, Ethan, you asked me earlier if it was mauling. It definitely seems to be trying to get all of its body weight onto Anders now.
Right. I think I'm going to hold my ground right where I'm at.
All right. Which will bring up our other little puppers. This one actually has to get down. You can see it was about 10 feet into the tree, maybe trying to learn how Mama does her hunting. And that's going to be...
This motherfucker's about to get a crash course.
And it's going to try to crash. It's going to climb down, and it'll be aggressive. But it's unable to kind of, join in the pup fun here. Brothers having some fun. Why not me?
Don't call it pup fun. That's weird. We don't want any furries on this stream.
Check Twitch chat in 20 seconds. See what backlash we get.
You'll get some backlash now.
As this larger creature from the back starts to see these pups move, the ground starts to shake a little bit as you hear the lumbering steps.
Yeah, that triggers my thing.
Okay.
Julius held action. If it's aggressive, Yao Guai, literally aggressive.
Literally aggressive.
Has it noticed me? Is this a sneak attack?
I mean, yeah, no, it didn't previously.
So I have advantage?
Yeah, so I would say yeah.
Please crit.
Not
Nope.
quite. Close, but no cigar.
I will use my snap of feet and make it a crit.
Okay.
So 11 plus. Let's get some other d10s out here. Uh, 30.
Okay. Yeah.
Damn.
That's what good ammunition gets you.
The rumble turns into not just being on the ground, but also kind of up in the air and all around you as the roar of this Yaogwai growling out in pain decides to close the gap here. I mean, it was all it wanted to do was protect its pups, but I mean, here we are.
You guys are evil.
Yeah, but Yaogwai also eat everything. So it will
Except
come
crackers.
at Julie. Hearing the clang, hearing a loud bang, and then feeling that intense level of pain. It's going to pounce, which I didn't realize is not clickable if you put it in that side. So it will move forward. Julie, are you already prone?
I am already prone.
That
In a bush.
is really unfortunate. It's going to multi-attack. The first attack with claws.
Believe hits.
19.
Barely.
And then as it kind of whoomp and then woof down on top of you, trying to chew all of you off.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Yeah, so that'll be 15 and then 16.
Yeah, I'm down.
What you dealt, it dealt in kind.
That's...
And then a little.
Yeah, it did a little extra. I feel like that was not just retaliation.
Just rather don't piss off a bear.
So as two pups are in the back.
Was that 3-Dog when he was younger? 2 pups?
Good.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. Whew. That is a hell of a pun game. Julie, you have taken a shot. You lined it up. You knew exactly what you were going to do to that bear when you hit it. You weren't quite sure what was going to happen in the seconds afterwards. So, here we are. Can you please give me that death save?
Natural
Ooh.
20, I'm alive.
All right.
Jeez.
You have your full turn available to you.
Yes, I do. And that is going to involve action disengage.
The dice! Bless us!
Motherfucker!
I will take 5 feet of movement to stand up, and then the rest of it to leave.
You gotta stop waking up like this, Julie.
This better not become the new trend where Julie goes down the first round of combat every combat.
I just love that you guys all were like, yeah, Julie, go in front. It's fine.
What do you think I was doing?
Not being upfront enough.
Trying to avoid the bear. I could have just stayed in the bushes.
And I will bonus action help Ethan and scream at him, "Stop trying to feed the damn things!"
Oh, you silly fool. You've just given me advantage on my next animal handling.
I will shoot you next.
You get peppered with crackers. The bear seems temporarily distracted.
So Anders, you see the giant bear starting to enclose, and you start to brace. But as a loud crack comes from next to you, beside Julie, both Julie and the Yaogwai give as good as they get, and then Julie gets mauled, stands immediately back up, and runs away. So that brings us to you.
I'm gonna kill this baby bear. Again, tried to.
Sentences by Ben.
Don't forget you have your inspiration.
Well, a 16 will do it. Like 100%. And then... Remind me to macro it for you. You can reroll, I think, Great Weapon Master, or Great Weapon Flabada.
Yeah, I can re-roll that too.
So
Much better.
It's much better.
11.
So you tag that, and you make a good solid contact, and you're just going to kind of bat it out of the way, make sure your other people are safe. Maybe when Yaogwai play that bat kind of thing coming up, maybe they're supposed to like butt heads together, because this pup just slams its head into your bat as you're swinging. The foreseenness of that takes out that pup that's in front of you. It's a good solid contact.
And then brace for Mama's retaliation.
Um,
Not in any mechanical way, just emotionally.
Now, is this Great Weapon Master the fighting style or the feat?
Fighting style.
Okay.
and as that pup goes down, you hear a roar from Mama, which you were expecting, but you weren't expecting it to vibrate around you so much. Which will bring us over to the dead pup.
Oh no, there's a thing. There's an effect. Why?
You killed its kid!
Ethan.
So as Ethan in the tree, as Anders hits the pup, gets roared in the face by a giant bear. Maybe makes a snide comment as he's hanging out in the bush.
Ethan's going to A, be angry they're killing dead pups, B, help them. So he's going to climb up the tree as much as he can. Like, how tall / sturdy is this tree?
Sorry, what were you asking about the tree?
Is it, like, tall and sturdy?
It is tall. The further up you go, the less sturdy it gets. It doesn't have, like, far outreaching branches. You can go up pretty high, but if you try and lean either way, it's gonna, like, drop you umbrella over the top of the bear.
So I can mount the
Yeah, you can dangle on top, and then it'll be like a weird Ethan Pinata situation, which I don't see you doing so well at.
Yeah, no. So Ethan will climb a safe way up the tree, like 10 or 15 feet, I'm guessing is a safe height.
You know that bears can climb trees, right?
Yes, but so can I.
And Ethan, you would guess, just by comparison, you weigh a lot less than the thing that's snarling down on the ground. So, you know,
That is super true.
probably even less than half of that giant thing.
So what she's saying is the thing could pull the tree down and you with it.
Exactly.
Oh! And then we could have that whole
Don't
Acme,
give him
like,
ideas, Zach!
slingshot kind of, like, pull it down and then let Ethan soar.
Ethan,
Falling damage.
Wile E. Coyote style.
Ethan dies from 20d6 falling damage. Alright. He's gonna climb a little ways up the tree. And then pull out his high caliber revolver and take a shot at Mama.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Because I yelled at you.
Thanks for yelling. That's a
Yay,
crit.
damage!
For
Ooh,
23.
23 damage. Nice.
No crackers for Mama.
As Mama does seem to be crack-a-lacking, but she is not bullet-lacking. You shoot and you pierce through, and you hear kind of this roar as you saw the damage that that Julie put through, but it seems like in her hanger, it seems to affect her significantly less than you were expecting.
Mom would like to rage.
And well, you know it was a good hit. You know, like you put that clear through the leg. She should be limping like crazy. It is just continuing to menace Anders at the time. So Ethan, that is an action. There's some movement.
That is. Thinking about my bonus, because I don't think it's very logical for me to hide after shooting it. Or reasonable mechanically. So, Ethan will take the ready action to shoot at the bear again, if it goes for any of his friends.
The big bear or the small bear?
Big bear.
Big bear it is. Bishop, you've seen a pup go down, and then a big bear get angry, and Ethan climb into a tree. So where does that bring us to you?
It's within. I'm double checking. Yeah. I am going to set my hunting rifle on the ground, pull the shotgun from the holster underneath my duster, and I'm going to shoot Mama Bear. And if this lands, I am choosing to make it a crit. If it lands. And since... Oof. And yes, since it is within my short range, I get an extra D8 onto that.
Okay, so the natural bullet is 2d8, okay.
Yep. So that would be 12, and then I'm making it a crit, which is an additional 2d8. So, 15, 19 towards Mama. Halved is 9.
Oh, well, I mean, thanks for the math. I mean, I don't know why I would need that, but thanks.
Because Mama Bear's raged. And
is it actually like that same kind of rage?
Looks
There
like
it
it.
is.
I mean, there's a reason why I didn't type in an entire description.
I guess I can't add 2 and 2 right now.
You gotta let a lady bear have some secrets.
And Bishop.
Don't say that.
Bishop is still wishing he had a Molotov or a grenade. But yes, that will be my turn. Actually, bonus action, inspire Julie.
Thank
What are
you.
you doing running around?
Not
Plop
dying.
down on a knee and put a bullet in this thing.
I did. Didn't work out.
Do it again.
Put more bullets in
Well,
it.
look again!
That is my turn.
Okay, and as you say something to the effect of repetition is the key to success, let's move X-Pup out. Let's move Fresh Pup in.
Is this pup seriously climbing over the corpse of its dead brother?
Or sister.
And yet it doesn't seem to be as angry as Mama Bear was. Just
It's
not
getting
quite
a height
there.
advantage.
That's a miss.
All right.
That's a miss.
All right. And it does just want to play with you. It's bats you around a little bit, gnaws on your shoulder pad.
Yeah, I'm gonna bat it right the fuck back.
Damn.
Oh, here it comes.
Ethan, your ready to action was for Mama Bear, wasn't it?
It was for Mama Bear.
Okay. Just reminding myself.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Mama Bear is going to take a step back.
What?
What?
Oh shit!
Fuck.
Counts as a thing. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that opportunity attack in while I can, while I'm alive.
I don't think it's coming for you.
Fuck.
You can roll your d6, it still might hit.
No, I'm not. I'm not chancing for an 11. I'm not gonna waste it on a natural one. It's still a nat one.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't like
Yeah,
this.
as it backs up, you hear this just horrible guttural sound as it almost vibrates the air in the bushes around you guys, as it takes one last look at the pup in front of you, Anders, and it disappears into the brush.
Wait, fucking left?
I was just describing what it did as it was turning around. I think it's coming back. Oh, there it is.
I think it's coming back.
Here we go. Oh, I see. I see how aggressive works. I didn't read that properly. That's a miss.
That is a very fortunate miss.
That's also a miss.
So as it rears back into the forest and tramples back towards you, the first thing that strikes you is the kind of path that it makes. It kind of almost makes the same path that you've been following along. That kind of cleared out little bush. And then as it closes in, you realize that that's the only thing that strikes you. As it doesn't line up properly during its charge. Julie.
I would like to take
Wait. Sorry, I totally forgot. I had my fucking ready to action.
Oh, yeah.
Phew.
Does an 11 hit the Mama Bear?
So Ethan, as you go down to take your shot, you do actually forget what your cue was until just a half a second too late. You have to skew the shot just to make sure you don't hit Anders.
Right.
So, I would like to take a page out of Ethan's book. I would like to go 5, 10, and then with the rest of my 20 feet up the tree. Because I'm an athlete, it doesn't cost me any movement to climb.
All right. As you climb up the tree, Julie, and Ethan, from your vantage point, although you've been kind of staring down at what's going on with Anders, and Julie, you're kind of like, okay, my hand goes here, my foot goes here. You're looking up more than Ethan is. You start to notice that it's getting darker the higher up you go. The sky, you can see a little bit more of it in between the branches of the trees now. And the sky is getting very dark. It looks like some kind of storm clouds are moving in
I
pretty
will
quickly.
stay only 10 feet off the ground. I won't go up any further, noticing that another storm is coming in.
Alrighty.
And
Carry
I
on.
will shoot the angry thing that tried to kill me. Just wipe the blood out of my ass first.
Oh, it's not that bad. You should be more concerned about wiping the blood out of your gun first.
Bang. Damn it.
Bang, damn it, is the sound that you guys hear from behind you.
I
And
was
it
gonna
does
use
hit
my
that young
inspiration.
boy.
Oh, it does hit?
Yeah.
I don't have to use inspiration. $15.
Yeah, you get a relatively kind of clear shot into this giant beast trying to smother Anders.
And how far away am I? Oh, I probably should move myself. I might be just in range of Anders, so I will help Anders.
Yeah, what's the range on help?
For me, it's 30 feet.
Okay. Yes, for distancing rules and stuff, I don't like calculating triangles. So
A
if
squared
it's
plus B squared equals C squared.
yeah, nobody wants to do that crap on the fly. So if it's whatever it is, it's whatever it is.
Okay. So, I'm gonna help Anders,
I am okay with this.
and I'm just gonna try to call out the bear's movements as I see them from above.
That 10 feet of height advantage, it might be critical. It might be the thing for Anders here.
You have advantage on your next whatever.
Okay. Mama Bear's scary. But the pup's still gotta go. I am usurping Sin's mantle as child killer.
The help action! The help
Hey.
action!
I get to re-roll one of those d10s because it's a 1.
At least mine was accidental.
Well, it's a 2 again.
Almost.
So 4 plus 7 damage
It's
11.
is 11 damage. To the pup not named Scooby-Doo, hopefully.
Oh, see, here I was thinking it was a Boo Boo. We're fighting Yogi Bear and Boo Boo.
Yeah, but now a pup named Scooby-Doo's theme song has been stuck in my head for the past 20 minutes.
And that one, okay, then that one's definitely Scrappy.
Definitely.
As it's still alive.
That is all.
Yeah. So as you thwap and as a side note, man, do not like Scooby-Doo references. I had to watch Scooby-Doo 2 like for an entire week. It was a thing. The Yaogwai pup, even though you get a good classic bat into the Yaogwai pup, it should have been a home run. It would have been.
That one's the dead one.
It's just, it's not enough. And you kind of elevate it into position to make its bite.
You're rolling for it's the dead pup's turn. Are we just switching that around?
No, we're not, because it's Ethan's turn.
I mean, I'll take it. Those are misses.
We'll roll a d2 and see what happens with that next turn. Ethan.
Ethan is just gonna keep on keeping on. He's gonna shoot out the mama bear. Uh, 23.
I mean, we're gonna go with yes. I mean, no. God damn.
Hoorah.
That is the difference.
I need to get myself some good ammunition.
I feel like that's a thing that a gun runner should definitely have.
Yes, it is.
Ethan, you put that bullet through. You know it's supposed to slow down, and it is, but it's just not the way you expect it to.
All right. I am, again, gonna ready in action. If the Elgwa goes, if the big mama bear goes for any of my friends, I shoot at it.
Okay. So you see it, Bishop, you have Ethan supporting you up above a tree. You feel like you got some backing. What is up? What are you doing?
Emptying the other barrel. Ooh. I don't think an 11 hits.
Are we talking the mama bear here?
The mama bear.
No, it goes a little bit wide, and most of the pellets hit, but it seems like you scattered them out too far across her body, and it's able to just absorb the impact without any harmful effect.
Yep. That's how it be sometimes. And it's what, bonus action to reload?
Yes, it's either a bonus action or an action, whichever.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action reload the shotgun.
Okay. And any movement from you?
No.
All right. As the pup has hypothetically already made attacks, I will flip a coin to see if we're just going to hold those. I feel like the pup got attacked less because you guys knew it was going to miss. One will keep him. One will keep him. So Anders, the pup, again, even with the leverage of its dead sibling, just, puts its paws on, snakes a little bite in. Nothing really happens. Mama. Mama's gonna make a wisdom save. Because here's the problem. I mean, it knows that Anders, put a bat into its child, but there's loud bangs and a lot of pain coming from up this tree.
Uh-oh.
Just a lot of it, and it kind of squares its legs, and it takes off running towards that tree.
Oh Lord, he coming.
And Anders, as it clears this spot, and it starts to make its way to the tree, do you have any actions or reactions here?
Yes.
Okay.
Mac.
As it's leaving your area, you smack it right on
Wait,
the
do I
hindquarters.
get, since it's still technically within melee with me, do I even get that opportunity attack?
It's about to start climbing up a tree.
Oh, it's about to start climbing up a tree? Never mind. I will shut my goddamn mouth.
So you shut your mouth and throw your bat into this Yaogwai, and it seems to motivate it to climb up the tree. And
Awesome.
It seems, as you warned before, bears are really good at climbing up trees.
Would that prompt an opportunity attack from me as well?
Yes.
Cool. Shotgun! And let me roll that extra d8 for you.
You're sawed up? Never mind.
13!
Sorry, give me a second. I didn't realize that this was not in the right clickable. So as Anders kind of thwaps it in the butt, you shoot your shotgun, and this time the scatter seems to go where Anders had already primed for you, and it seems to make a nice impact with a roar. And it howls out in fury, and you swear that this should stop it.
That's going to be a DC 23, technically?
You say 23. I say 16. Because it is angry.
Doesn't matter either way. Nice.
All right. So, Ethan, you see it try to shake off this shotgun in the back. And you see it falling. But it is latched onto that tree. And that tree starts to bend down. And so we'll do a strength check to imitate. And it starts to waver slightly as you're at the top. But in the end, the Yawai seems to give out, and you stay perched where you are. Bishop, there's now a giant bear laying on the ground in front of you. Julie.
Like dinner for tonight.
Hey, Anders.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Do you have that little one?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, go for it. This is me helping. Yeah, I'm gonna help Anders, and I'm gonna use my action to reload and clean my gun. That's my turn.
All right, and that brings us over to Anders.
Let's bring it home. I'm going to use that D6.
You have a 20. You had an advantage.
Oh, I had a 20. Forgot about that. How quickly I forget things. Yeah, 9 damage.
Being alive for that long, you tend to forget things. Anders has early onset Alzheimer's.
That is not canon. I don't want to.
You are
That is
200-something years old. At
That
some
is
point.
the saddest part of my daily existence, and I don't want to bring it into my escapism.
Yeah.
All right. Anders landing the 2 killing blows on the pups, thus taking over the endless ridicule that I was facing for killing, quote-unquote human children. But you
Probably
killed
not
defenseless,
entirely,
sad bears. So, on purpose and not even on accident. So anyway, as you land that last killing squish, as the last little poor pup, slumps his heavy little body to the ground, you see like the last humid breath poofs out of him, and on the last little bit of the path that lays in front of you, a puddle has started to form in the nearby bear print from Mama Bear, just before it headed to go to Ethan's tree. And as you guys kind of slowly start maybe coming out of the trees and surveying all those once formidable beasts that now just kind of lay strewn around your party, you kind of notice the wet is pooling in all of the dents from your footprints and the battle that just happened, and you start to see ripples form in the puddle, and you start to hear like a chorus of small little raindrops. And looking up, you all notice what Julie noticed before, and as the darkness that Julie noticed is kind of makes its way to the forest floor, you all start to feel those wet drops hit your face. And at first it feels kind of cool. Your skin's kind of flushed from the battle you all were just in. But after a few seconds, it kind of starts to sting a little bit. And just feel kind of not as refreshing. So as you guys are kind of picking yourselves up and the rain first starts to kind of fall lightly, we're going to take our 5-minute break and we're going to see what you guys want to do next. Cool beans? You guys beat them.
Just the coolest of beans. Speaking of, I'm gonna go get dinner.
Are they cold beans?
They are currently, they're going to be hot beans in about 2 minutes.
Okay. Yay.
Wait, Anders isn't eating Blamco mac and cheese? What?
Apparently just eating hot baked beans.
Thanks and beans.
Pork and beans. Okay, Burb.
Yep.
Elbow tax when you start cleaning with Ajax. So use Ajax, boom, boom. The foaming cleanser, floats the dirt right down the drain.
Ajax leaves no gritty cleanser scum in tub or sink.
So use Ajax, boom, boom. The foaming cleanser, floats the dirt right down the drain.
Remember, Colgate's Ajax foams as it cleans.
Ajax cuts grease faster than any other leading cleanser.
Ajax polishes as it cleans. And it smells good, too.
So use Ajax.
Yes, use Ajax. For Ajax cleans all bathroom surfaces up to twice as easy and twice as fast as any other leading cleanser. Get 2 cans, one for the kitchen, one for the bathroom. Ajax, the foaming action cleanser.
The Lone Ranger.
fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver. The Lone Ranger.
This is a story of one of the most mysterious characters to appear in the early days of the West. He was a fabulous individual, a man whose presence brought fear to the lawless and hope to those who wanted to make this frontier land their home. He was known as the Lone Ranger. Before his coming, this new land of the West was a wild, unruly territory into which brave American pioneers moved in covered wagons, on horseback, and afoot. Theirs was a rugged existence, for they not only had to settle and build, they had to fight. Here, beyond the reach of law and order, might was right. The best shot was the best man. Born of necessity in this chaotic period of westward expansion, an organization was developed to combat the evil forces of the times. An organization called the Texas Rangers. Ever on the job of maintaining law and order, 6 Texas Rangers ride alertly across a western landscape. All are courageous, straight-shooting men. At their head is a stranger, a half-breed scout, who one day earlier had appeared at a ranger encampment, suffering from a severe wound.
Have you had your soup today? Campbell's, of course. Campbell's, of course. Well, look, the Campbells are coming. The Campbells are coming, hurrah, hurrah, with soup to delight you wherever you are. Scotch broth is so nourishing, good for you, so heartily delicious and thrifty, too.
Yes, Campbell's Scotch broth is a distinctive soup with a flavor all its own. Your steaming bowl is filled with tender, stick-to-the-ribs vegetables, barley, and lean meat, all simmered in a rich, tasty broth. Scotch broth is especially welcome on days when you're just plain hungry for a really sturdy, satisfying soup. Made for hearty appetites, it has plenty of get-up-and-go, vitamins, proteins, and minerals. And it's so downright delicious, you'll want to serve it often. Have you had your soup today?
There you are, Collins. Nothing to worry about now.
Thanks, Captain. I should worry about a wound. I'm lucky to be alive.
You're right. Very few people are after those outlaws have struck. So they killed everybody at the trading post.
Everyone. Mr. Simpson, his wife, the young Indian helper, even old Pete McHenry.
That's too bad. How about the outlaws? Any of them get shot?
4 of them were in pretty bad shape. They had to be tied to their horses to ride away. I got 2 of them myself.
Too bad you couldn't have hit more of them. Which way did they go?
They rode up north into the Badlands.
That's pretty rough country. But with wounded men in tow, they can't travel very fast. We got a chance to catch them.
But they have a 5-hour start. Even if you overtook them, they outnumber you.
Mister, the Rangers are used to long odds. How about you? You could use your help in locating their trail if you feel strong enough to ride.
I don't need 2 arms to guide a horse. Besides, I have a score to even up, too. I'll go along.
Good man. Boys, pack 5 days' rations. Got 10 minutes to be in the saddle.
Right.
Bill, send Captain Reed to me. He's leading your detachment.
Yes, sir.
So came the half-breed Collins, who rides with a detachment of Rangers after the most ruthless outlaw band in the West, the notorious Cavendish Gang.
It's their trail, Reed. Yeah. It indicates they're riding slowly as we figured.
Yes, it does.
Let's go, boys. Gained on them. These tracks can't be more than 3 hours old.
They're heading off into that canyon.
Yeah, it looks that way. Have you been in this vicinity before?
A couple of times.
I think it might be a good idea for us to check that canyon from the rim first. I'll go ahead and scout the place. One man would be a lot less noticeable than all of us going. All right. We'll wait here and give the horses a rest. Dismount, men.
Hold it, mister. Reach.
Hello, Whitey.
Oh, it's you. The new man, huh?
Yeah, it's me.
How's the plan going?
All right. The range is back at the canyon entrance.
You think they'll keep on coming?
Sure, why not?
They're pretty smart hombres, you know.
Yeah?
We've tried to get them before. Didn't pan out.
I wasn't with you then. Where's Cavendish?
He's up there a ways. Leave your horse here.
All right.
Call of 18 does not like giving up the drugs, though.
Is this properly acid rain, or is that just flavor text?
It's
It was
burning.
No, it was stinging.
DM.
I've had really, really cold rain on me before that literally stings my skin.
I don't want it.
Well, I mean, that usually works for rain, just yelling at the clouds, I don't want it. I don't think it's going to work this time, though.
Old man yells at cloud.
Get off my lawn! Alright. So to not answer your question at all, Ben, is it acid rain or is it just friendly regular rain that feels extra cold? Ben, Anders, you of all people aren't quite sure. I mean, really, what kind of feels do you have left in your threadbare skin layer?
I know what damage feels like.
You do know what regular damage feels like. This,
This is Pip-Boy
He's
clicking
over
when rain
200
hits
years
it.
old.
Yeah, that is a good point, Ethan. Your clicky clack is making that terrible sound.
Okay, I'm gonna start setting up a tent.
Yep, time to set
Oh,
up
it's
a builder.
just a rad storm. I'll be fine.
You can go ahead and sit outside like you usually do.
I'll give someone my tent.
You have
I
a
have a
four-person tent. And apparently...
Oh, yeah, I remember. We set up a tent inside a tent because I sleep in the nude.
Oh my god. So, Anders, while your little meter is ticking, it's not much. It's just like almost in tune with the rain. So as the rain picks up, it's just click, click. It doesn't seem to be glowing rain either. But it feels kind of good now that you're just kind of standing there for a second. And all of you kind of, it feels nice and cool. And as you guys are both going, does this hurt for you? It kind of stings a little bit. Can you all give me a quick con save?
Oh.
Yeah. Don't
Me
forget
included?
Anders and Julie, you have...
Anders, yes. You're included.
Alrighty.
Just because I don't trust acid. How much is the inspiration die?
It's a d6.
Bishop, did you have inspiration as well?
No. This was... I mean, how can I give myself bardic inspiration?
I was just wondering if there was something else that people were shouting out that, like, I tell him to dodge left of that little raindrop or something. Okay.
No, I don't have any advantages or inspiration or anything of that nature.
Alright, yeah, so, everybody else, Bishop, you're like, quick, pull your coat over your head. Ethan, duck under that tree. And you're so busy helping everybody else, Bishop, that you, it starts to feel really good. And it just kind of cools you down. You're losing that flesh that you had from the battle that you were just in. And the darkness that's around you starts to kind of take on like a strange purple hue to it. And out of the corner of your eye towards where Ethan is, you swear that you're seeing some of the branches like move in time with the sound of the rain falling. Kind of like they're dancing.
Isn't acid rain. It's
tricky acid rain.
It's acid rain.
Yep.
I get it.
So, upon seeing that, I'm actually going to dive over to Ethan and just kind of shove him away from the branches.
Whoa!
Get out of here! They're moving!
Oh, no. What's moving, Bishop? Calm down.
I'm pointing at the branches. They're moving with the rain. You need to back away. Back away. And I'm just kind of arm out, pushing him back while backing away slowly from it.
So you go to tackle Ethan, and as you do so, the tree like seems to grow defined arms and kind of like do the wave thing where it goes back and forth behind you as you're trying to explain to Ethan what's going on. The tree is like almost mocking you, Bishop.
I'm going to unload my other barrel into the tree.
Ethan, are you okay? Yeah,
straight up into the tree.
Okay, so you rush Ethan, and Ethan, as you're like, whoa, what's moving, buddy? He whips out his sawed-off shotgun and just starts blowing up the tree behind you. The tree, as you see parts of it just blast off. Every hole that you create, Bishop, you start to see this, like, gooey white sap start oozing out of the tree and glopping down towards the ground as you just create holes after holes in this tree.
Liked it.
And every shot that you take, the bark that sparks off, Bishop, is just very bright fire points that just shoot off of the tree.
I wish I had a Molotov.
Ethan's gonna force Bishop's arms down. He's like, calm down. The rain's getting to you.
Grapple check.
Bishop, you're suffering from the poison condition.
That's fine. Still going to be a contested grapple check.
I'm gonna help Ethan.
I'm gonna sit back and fucking watch. This is hilarious.
Anders opens his mouth trying to get him some.
DC to beat is 10.
You have advantage, Ethan.
Oh no.
11!
Just barely.
Yeah, Bishop, you're trying to show Ethan through mimicking what the tree was doing, and Ethan, you're like, what the hell is that? Stop! And you grab both his arms and slam them down to his sides. And Julie, you're like, okay, no, I'll hold his arm here. So each one of you has got one arm. You're kind of pinning him in. And Bishop, you're starting to see, like, you know, the just behind your two friends that are trying to help you is the carcass of the mama bear. And you start to see, you know, a paw twitch. And you start to see an eye open, kind of like in Land Before Time when that dinosaur peeks open.
I'm gonna start freaking out. Oh shit, it's waking up! It's waking up! And I'm struggling to get out.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a wisdom save to see if you can make sense. Because the bear has lots of holes and smashes in it. And with a 15, you're looking at the bear and you're like blinking your eyes. You're like, guys, and you blink them again, and the eyes are closed. The tongue is lolling out, clearly dead. So you're slowly getting grip of what's going on.
Yeah, Bishop's having like a very minor panic attack right now. Like he's breathing quickly, eyes darting all around, trying to find a way out.
Yeah, you still see weird stuff happening, but you think that you're starting to get a grip of what your friends are trying to convey to you. That they're not seeing what you're seeing.
And
Come on,
his
he's
man holding him down.
He's just having a bad trip. Tie him to a tree and give him some water.
I was thinking more of set up a tent so it doesn't happen again.
Oh, okay. I can do that. I'll go start setting up the big tent.
Alright, show me where you're setting up that tent there. You're just setting it up over the two... okay. Just next to the dead bodies. Got it.
We gotta field dress them.
Yeah.
That's dinner.
Yeah.
I've been eating nothing but Blamco for 6 months. I need some meat. Protein. Fuck.
Alright, so you're setting up your tent. And I'm sorry, how big was this tent? I don't remember.
We have the 4-person tent.
Yeah, it was a 4-person tent.
I have a single-person tent and a sleeping bag.
Alright, so you guys are...
How long does this acid trip last?
Way longer than you want it to. As with all bad trips.
You're not sure how long this rain is gonna last. You're gonna guess that, it's gonna last pretty much until the rain decides to stop, and the clouds don't seem to be moving anytime soon. It takes you probably, 10 minutes or so to set up your tent, and Julie, if you want to set up your singular tent, I would say that Bishop probably has a hold on the fact that the tree isn't gonna try and reach out and grab Ethan right now anyway. It seems chill. It's chill, everything's cool.
I'm still staring at it, my
oh
eyes
yeah.
are wild.
And Anders, as soon as you get up your tent, I imagine you mentioned meat. Are you going for meat, or are you going to go get a fire for meat? Are you a raw kind of meat person?
We should cook that.
I cook my meat. I very specifically remember saying on the first session, if I start eating my meat raw, put me down. That's one of the signs.
Okay.
So we're I don't know, we're gonna be able to cook in the rain, but we're damn well gonna try.
Well, you got a tent, and that provides you a bit of cover. If you wanted to try and start a fire or something underneath one of the trees, it would be uncomfortably close to large mama bear, but you could probably do it.
That just means moving
Large
the meat
mama
to the fire
bear's
is easier.
dinner.
Well, I don't imagine you're just gonna roll mama bear into the fire. That doesn't look like it tastes very good.
No.
I have cooking tools.
Once Anders has got the tent all set up, Ethan will coax Bishop into it and just kind of lie down and just don't move and don't look at anything.
And I'm going to look directly at Ethan whenever he says this. What does he look like?
As you're making comments toward Ethan's like, go in the tent, and you're watching his lips move, and you're watching his lips move normally, but the words that are coming out are like a Charlie Brown cartoon, and it's like wah 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 wah, and then his lips just kind of start waving unnaturally, and little Frank, who usually resides in a pocket near him or on his shoulder, peeps out, and he has the biggest red eyes that are just kind of winking at you as he crawls around on Ethan's head and down his shoulder.
Fuck. Yeah, it's basically as soon as I'm seeing that, I'm assuming Ethan has released me to kind of push me towards the tent. The shotgun's just coming up and I'm pulling the trigger, and all you hear is just click.
You were trying to shoot both Ethan / Little Frank.
Yes.
Ethan will just kind of sit there for a moment, nudge Little Frank into a pocket, and then just be like, all right,
as you
Bishop,
step towards
hand
Bishop,
over
he's
the
taking a step back.
gun. You wouldn't want to go making any mistakes now.
And I'm just hearing womp, 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 womp. And I'm just taking a step back every step you take towards me.
Yeah. So, I imagine, Ethan, you eventually get him. Your goal is to get him de-gunned.
If Bishop is slowly backing up, Ethan will, herd him by moving it so that Bishop backs up into the tent.
This is acceptable.
Right, so...
And once Bishop is within, Ethan just walks away.
As Ethan's walking away, Bishop, you kind of turn around and kind of try and survey your stuff. You see him walking away, and you see little Frank peep out, and he kind of gives you the rat equivalent of the finger. And as you get kind of situated inside the tent, Bishop, no, I don't think anybody else is in there with you. They're kind of, getting ready to start, creating the fire, field dressing things. You kind of stand still for a second, and the tent is kind of just billowing and kind of has that soft pitter-patter from the rain, and the wind that's kind of touching the tent makes it feel like the tent is breathing in and out as you're just kind of breathing with it, and so you guys kind of get in this crazy rhythm, and it maybe kind of zones you out for a little bit. But out of character, it's not going to last too much longer. It's probably another, fix the bears kind of time.
It's another 17 days. That's not that long.
It's fine. At least everybody else is good. You took care of everybody else. Now, you and the tent can just breathe together for a little while.
I'm just sitting on the floor of the tent, wide-eyed.
I will
just
set up
watching this.
the tent, nervous, and start making one of those bear pups into dinner for everyone, and get a fire going and all that.
As a side note, Bishop's hunting rifle is sitting outside on the ground.
Alright, so you're cutting up one of the little bears. Are you guys just all cutting them all up? What are you guys doing? Are you dragging them all over to one side? Just snacking on a little one right now?
We should skin and quarter them all before they get bad in the rain.
Yeah.
Alright. So as you guys kind of start dressing them and cutting them all open, everybody, give me, including Bishop, even though you're there in spirit, pretty much only in spirit. Everybody give me a D100.
Ooh, I like D100s.
I don't.
They remind me of wild magic.
Alright, and then someone was cutting open, specifically was cutting open the bears, yes? Was there something that you guys were doing to that, or can I just get a nature or animal handling? Ugh, that's gross. Roll.
I think that would be survival?
It's the opposite of what animal handling was really intended for.
Yeah,
you just gotta handle the animals. bits and all.
Argue for survival.
Yeah, that's good. And I like that better than animal handling. That gives me the
of course, I'm
heebie-jeebies.
making a gross joke.
I guess I got it.
I can assist.
I've probably got the highest survival.
What's yours?
As you all argue on how to cut the bear open best.
Mine's out of 5. I don't know if you're
Slinks out of
proficient
the
or not.
tent and runs away.
Alright.
Ethan argues that his knife is sharper, and Julie's like, no, it's not.
No, you want the flank cut. Come on, guys.
25.
And yes, indeed, Julie's knife is the sharper of the two. You guys are like taking each a bear paw and kind of arguing, and Anders, you're like, just cut it open, for God's sake. It's a knife. And you guys cut it open. You spill the guts out. That bear had a lot of good stuff in his tummy. Her tummy. Let's see what we got.
Oh, those were loot rolls.
Yes, they were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so out of the stomach spills, I mean, the usual garbage. The usual, nasty bits of berries and half-eaten other things that were once alive, but you also start to see a number of caps. You see some loose, some kind of tumbling around. You hear clanking inside of metal bins. A kind of like the size of like a lunchbox's soup canister tumbles out. It's clearly been gnawed on a bit, but inside of there, all told, you guys find 249 caps in that tummy.
Oh, damn.
God damn.
You also find, inside of that little soup canister, were some of those caps, but also a chewed on, oh my gosh. A chewed on, Casey, is that, okay. A chewed on Mentats container, while slightly drooled and, stomach acided upon, still usable. So you guys can add some Mentats.
I'll pocket those just because I know I'll need them tomorrow.
Okay, you being the one cutting it open, are you doing this without letting people know? Are you just...
Ethan's over her shoulder anyway.
They know about the caps, and I very just matter-of-factly pocket the Mentats.
Alright. You make eye contact with Ethan, who's like, what the fuck is that? And Julie's like, yeah, it's mine.
Hey, Edith already gave us Shui Yagwai. I'm not arguing.
Yeah, you get the Mentats.
And digging around, you also find another cylindrical shaped, kind of scraped up looking canister with a little red top. It kind of tumbles out and it feels kind of heavy. You guys find a quarter full fusion core.
What the fuck?
Hell.
With, a couple good-sized bite marks around it.
Who's keeping track of all this stuff besides Mentats?
I am.
Hopefully nobody. We just give you stuff and hope you don't remember.
I found a fusion core.
It looks as though there were some deep scrape marks on the side and a couple teeth bites, as if it tried, and then it's like, well, maybe it's one of these ones that melts in your stomach and just... those old gems. Alright. Then you guys also, obviously, after field dressing it by, with some direction from Anders, I'm assuming, you sound like you're the expert, you end up finding about 8 meals off of this. 8 meals worth of meat.
Hoorah.
And actually, Julie, can
Probably turn this to jerky.
you give me a D6?
A D6?
Mm-hmm.
Key. 3.
Alright, and you find 3 more meals worth through your expert... Oh, no. See, you're not looking at this part. If you cut away the fat, there's a whole big sock. Look, you're just avoiding the leg entirely. So you find 3 more.
the back of the thigh, that's actually the meat part. The
It's
front
the
of it's just
softest.
fat.
And Bishop, this all sounds really great from inside the breathable tent. Squelching noises, wet
I'm not
digging.
even paying attention to what's going out there. I'm just staring kind of horrified at the tent as it breathes with me.
All he's hearing is, what the fuck?
And I'm very gently, if I am picking up any of these noises, just very gently pulling out a shell from my pocket.
Do you have your
the
gun?
shotgun.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I have the shotgun.
Ethan, that seems like a mistake, but okay.
Popping in the second shell. Closing
Ethan
it
tried
back
to take
up.
it and he refused and he didn't want to get shot.
Yep, and inside the tent you just hear click as the breech closes back on the shotgun.
Ethan will gently reach over the front of the tent and just close the flap without showing himself, just kind of from the side, like push
That's
the flap.
the thing, I'm not even facing towards the front of the tent. I'm just staring at the back of the tent like, okay.
Yeah, and from that, you
Watching
guys...
sounds and breathing.
You guys see some interesting shadows from inside Bishop, because they're getting ready to throw the meat on the cook, so you see them silhouetted around a fire, and at first it just looks like your friends are, cutting up something, but then they start to look like they're dancing, and it starts to look like some weird tribal thing, and they start, as the rain kind of hits the fire, it just starts turning technicolor.
Yeah, and I'm just pointing the gun at the side of the tent. I'm not pulling the trigger, I'm just pulling it, or just pointing at it.
And as you load your bullets in there, give me a con save. I really hope you do well, or no one's gonna have a tent.
Nope. Nope.
Whose tent is this? Anders?
Nope.
I am not shooting the tent. I just have my gun pointed to the side of it.
I'm just okay, but I'm just curious who might have a Swiss cheese tent. Whose tent was
it? The groups, because like 3 people put
it's
a gap towards it.
tent.
Oh, good. Well,
it's the large tent.
Got it. Okay, so you're sitting in there silently loading your shotgun, just kind of watching whatever.
Yep, maybe rocking back and forth just a little bit, watching them dance. I don't know. Seems like they're doing some occult shit out there, and I'm not okay with this.
Yeah, it seems very primitive to you. Very, very, what are they doing? What kind of sorcery? And every now and then the fire sparks up multicolors, so what are your friends doing? Do you even know these guys at all?
That's kind of where I'm at right now. Definitely coming off of this trip, experiencing this, I'm not going to be trusting any of them.
All right. So Bishop, you're pretty quiet too. So as you guys are dressing stuff, you Ethan, at some point you maybe hear some rustling, and you're just like, I'm just gonna lower the front flap. And you guys continue dressing your animals. Julie, you're an expert at cutting out the most amount of meat out of the stuff. Anders, maybe Julie let you massacre a pup to see what you could get.
I mean, I'm not gonna just tear it apart. I'm gonna try to cut it into steaks.
Give me some D3s for them tiny little pups with their glistening black eyes, just kind of not staring at you.
D3s?
D3s.
Two D3s?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Hot damn.
Damn. All right. Yeah, so actually you get 4 and 4. You are an expert at this. You're watching Julie and you're like, okay, so she started here. You're like, I don't need to watch her. I remember this.
Yeah, this ain't my first time skinning a child.
Just smaller. Please tell me you say this out loud, because that'll mess with Bishop too.
No. No, I would not say that out loud.
This is what happens when you leave Effie.
Game.
Oh, dear.
I want you to have said that out loud.
Hold on 1 second. Alright, and then, so, Anders, give me a D6 and, sorry, 1 second. Okay, yeah. Sorry, a D6 and a D20, please.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Better than ever come both.
Okay. You... you actually find... So you're off in the corner. I don't believe anybody mentioned that they were helping you. But just like in Mama Bear, it seems the pups have a certain ability to scent out, you know, what could potentially be food, but is really just some kind of med. And you sniff out a little puff of jet.
You're fucking with me.
I wish I was. I really am not. Let me see what else you got. Hold on.
I think I need to roll something to resist immediately taking this.
Well,
it's been a little bit.
Well, you would also know that you wouldn't get the benefit, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna look that up.
I mean, I'm an addict I'm an addict in withdrawal right now.
Oh man. Alright. What are the fucking chances of that? That was funny. Let's see. You'll also find... Oh, cool. Give me a D50. And you also find a slightly bent silver fork and 24... Okay, you find a king, queen, and rook from a chess set. They all look to be carved from ivory, which you know may fetch you a pretty fair price should you find someone to turn those into. And you also find 15 caps.
I am personally going to pocket the 15 caps. I got no caps right now. One of it is take these, as I have already pocketed the jet.
And you
or maybe stuffed it back inside the bear.
The jet. Yeah, we're figuring out the jet. But as you guys are collecting all your items, I assume you're cooking up some stuff, or what else are you guys doing?
I'd want to cook up a meal for everyone and try to smoke the rest overnight.
Okay, yeah, so
it preserves.
As far as time of day goes, you guys had encountered the bugs at just after noon. Probably wrapped that all up around, 1 or so. You had your short rest and headed out back into the fields just after, let's say like 2:33. After this battle and the dressing and things like that, it's quickly approaching about 5 o'clock. And while the rain has stopped now, everything is still very damp and wet. But you guys are able to rest. It's getting much darker now. Even though you're sure the sun is still up, it's still pretty dark where you guys are. You can still see. You don't need just the campfire, but is this where you guys are planning on making camp for the evening? I mean, I'm sure the forest hasn't tried to kill you or anything.
We do got a good couple hours of potential daylight left. Or we could just continue. See if we got a camp already set up.
That would imply driving these bears around. Well,
Yeah, Julie and Ethan, you guys would know that, carcasses, no matter what you do to smoke the meat or to, preserve it and try and cook it, that scent will carry, even in the musky forest like this, as will dead carcasses of bears.
And a dead carcass will just bring more. Things that want to eat the carcass, such as a bunch of bugs. Once we're done here, we should at least move a good ways out. We want to be near these bodies.
I agree.
As you guys will recall, the path kind of ended right where this encounter first started.
Okay. Path as in the path of the...
The path that you guys were
Like that we're
previously
following.
following, yeah. Yeah, the torn apart brush where you could make your way through. Anders, how are you feeling? So you pocketed your caps, and you got a bunch of meat. Are you like bragging about how much you were able to get off of those tiny little bears?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
You feeling pretty good? All right.
Feeling really good.
From the sounds of that, he took the hit of Jet.
What are you talking about? What Jet?
That was an out-of-character comment.
Cool.
As you wide-eyed yell at everybody to be cool, who didn't really say anything to you, you guys getting a whiff that Anders just, he's looking pretty intense right now. But less shaky than you've seen him lately.
You good there, friend?
Hey, what's that weird smell? And I go over here.
Are you on all fours? Because I remember the last time you took Jet, you kind of, went a little bit.
Yeah,
feral.
I scramble over.
So they're like, "Hey, buddy, what's going?" And you're like, and you like go to all fours and like run over to the burnt spot. You're like, "What's that smell?"
I mean, I would assume that he was kneeling down since he just butchered the cubs.
Would he have happened to left the inhaler on the ground?
Yeah, sure. I just threw that shit away.
I'll go get that.
Alright. As Julie's like, "Don't litter," you run over and you start.
I take the inhaler and I hold it up to Ethan and go, "Your friend a user?"
Oh no. Where'd he manage to get one of those? 1218's usually got a pretty good lockdown on him.
Is spinning in circles somewhere, I guess.
I think he might have yanked it out of the bear.
Damn it. Anders!
What?
Calm down now.
I'm calm. What are you talking about? I'm calm. You be calm.
Licking one of the leaves nearby, Anders. You it's burnt. It's definitely burnt. I know how you like to inspect things by eating them.
Oh yeah.
Seeing the shadow of Anders just run across.
Oh no, God!
And you're just going to hear from inside, "Death Claw!" And just the hammer cock back.
No, Bishop.
Andrew's
it
just
ain't.
running into the woods. I'm rolling a D. What is that? 8, and picking a direction, or I guess 5. So like the away direction.
All right, you're rolling a D8 and going in a direction. Okay.
No, I'm rolling a D5 and going away from the tent. I'm going
Gotcha.
that way.
That's rough terrain. Well, there he goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barreling through the underbrush on all fours.
And
Alright.
About this point, I just come bursting out of the tent. Gun at the ready, eyes wild, sweeping across.
Okay, some things are
Andrew's
happening.
Deathclaw.
Underbrush by then.
Ethan, get your people under control. Poor Julie's new here. As far as Julie's considered, this might be normal for you guys.
To be fair, it's pretty normal for us.
This is what happens when you don't play, Athy. This is why it's so upsetting when you're not here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sure, it's all the robot's fault.
I mean, it is the
the
robot's
only one
fault.
that can keep the group together. Stops Andrews from doing drugs and would probably know how to keep Bishop under reins. Ethan's just an adventurer. I was an adventurer like you.
Not even
Till you
supposed to
took
be here.
shot bolt. Till you took birdshot to the knee.
Yeah. Alright, Bishop will come barreling out of the tent, much to Ethan's disappoint. No, Ethan ain't happy.
Much to his dismay.
Ethan will quickly take Lil Frank and gently not toss him, but lean real low and put him down near the tent, out of Bishop's sight.
No, Bishop is currently just wild-eyed, looking around for what he perceives was the death claw.
Bishop, there ain't no Deathclaw. Just me and Julie here. Anders went off into the woods to go look for more tracks.
Anders, give me both a survival roll and a d6, please. As your friends are trying to find out where and why you went, and also keep the bishop from shotgunning you. Oh.
It's like the dice. No.
It is like the dice now, yes.
Alrighty, so... Okay. So you start your crazy, you were licking the leaf and you're like, it's burnt, and then... I don't even remember, what caused you to run off? Bishop? Or
Bishop...
Ethan?
Bishop did.
Okay. So Bishop coming out going, Deathclaw, you're like, where? And you ran off. And
No, I think Anders had the understanding of
that he thought that
fuck.
he was...
Oh fuck, I know what I look like. I gotta run.
I gotta make this worse. Okay. In your mad dash to run off, you're running past a lot of plants that you have never seen before. And a lot of, the trees have, some of that weird sap that you saw coming out of the tree after Bishop shot it. You see some of those plants and bushes that had berries, the strange red and black berries that you saw on the side of the road near Withervale. Those look kind of familiar. And as you finally make your stop where you're at, you're looking around, and on the ground you see lots of large, almost as big as your hand, just big mushrooms growing on the sides of some of the trees and all along the ground. And they are just dewy and looking kind of real tasty.
Oh yeah? They look delicious?
They do look delicious, and you've gotten awfully close to them. Give me a con save.
I'm just gonna start putting things in my mouth, actually.
That's also an option. Okay. Okay, then give me a wisdom save.
Either Bishop or Anders or all of us dies here.
Please be. Oh.
Yeah, these are the best mushrooms you've ever eaten. They're kind of lighten up your mouth. You feel your gums more than you felt your gums before, and they're giving you a nice warm feeling as you swallow them. They're pretty good.
It's strange because I'm already on drugs.
Yeah, right, exactly. But now this is just kind of lighten up. It's weird mouthfeel. You almost feel like you're eating meat.
Oh God, I need to eat meat. Which way back to the camp?
All right, so as you probably shove one in your pocket, you're like, which way back? Nothing's really happened since. Your friends are just pointing at you, I guess, or something, right? What are you guys doing?
Ethan is very specifically pointing Bishop away from the Fairylanders. Do not look over there.
But Bishop, there's a death claw.
Mm-hmm. And I'm still scanning. Do I see any movement in the bushes, the trees, anything?
If Ethan is pushing you in the direction opposite of Anders, you see nothing. You see a fallen tree kind of in your path.
So, is Ethan actually kind of gesturing of "don't look that direction"? Don't with his hand, "don't look that direction."
No, he's not explicitly saying "don't look over there." He's saying "look over here," and then he's like, Julie's watching the other way. You watch this way. You and me will watch this way.
As Ethan tries to make up something for you to look at.
Yeah, and I'm still kind of scanning, looking over my shoulder occasionally at Julie, because again, I just saw them doing some weird tribal dance around the fire. I'm not trusting them. And having Julie to my back is no.
I am literally just cooking
Wait,
meat.
where's Anders? Oh my God, they ate Anders! I'm at the point of just starting to realize Anders isn't there, and I'm looking at the two of them, and I'm assuming they've got blood on their hands and everything, and I'm like, oh my God, they ate Anders!
I did already tell Bishop, or I already lied to Bishop, saying that Anders was looking for tracks in the woods.
But
okay, con save Bishop to see if you believe Ethan.
Anders is off looking for tracks.
I kind of want to fail this.
Finally!
That seems to make a lot more sense than they're eating Anders. You're like, alright, logic. Oh, okay.
If we were cannibals, we would not eat a ghoul.
Why would you decide to do it now when you're like, there were 3 bears. I guess it doesn't make sense to resort to cannibalism now.
Oh God, there are 3 mutilated bear corpses.
And no Anders corpse, which means you ate him whole.
The bones were actually not as difficult to get through as you think.
Yeah, I'm just still staring at both of them, not really trusting.
Come on, Bishop. We've been traveling with each other for a couple of weeks now. You can trust me. Just calm down. Calm down.
That's what a cannibal would say.
Anders wants bear meat. He's gonna come crashing back through the woods. Hey, cook up that meat! I'm hungry.
Bring me a nice crisp piece of meat.
With some mushroom caps sticking out of your pockets and maybe dribbled down the front of your flesh, you come back kind of drooly, looking crazed, going, "Give me meat!" Julie, you picked a great group to join up with.
I know, I'm considering leaving in the night.
If you make it that long.
Julie is still at 1.
Julie is very much at 1 health.
Jesus.
Julie is hoping that by now it's been a short rest.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to take a short rest and see what happens, you can definitely do that.
That's what I've been trying to manipulate.
I don't think
I don't need to rest. I'm fine.
Your teammates aren't picking up on that vibe.
Yep, nope.
It's only been an hour.
Ethan's trying to stop anybody from killing anybody else.
And I was half tempted 5 feet before Anders actually comes crashing out, just hearing that and just unleashing a shot and screaming Deathclaw.
Oh, you're shooting at me?
I said I was tempted to.
Oh my god.
As an out-of-character comment.
All right. So Anders, you make your way back towards Julie, who's just like trying to quietly just roast some meat and watch her back because Bishop's crazy and got a gun. He seems to be coming down, but just as Anders seems to be ramping up on God knows what. Ethan, you're just like, what is going on with you guys? Also, 1218, could you please wake up? If you guys want to take a short rest, you can do so. Okay, so transparency, Julie and Ethan, since you guys are kind of the only ones that are aware of your surroundings right now, you know that this is not terribly safe of a place to take your rest, and it may increase the odds of something bad happening. Especially considering what you guys have surrounded your camp with, which are entrails, blood guts, and, people that are tripping. So, you can absolutely try and take a short rest.
I know what I'm going to do.
Please tell me what you guys are doing, because I am mating with bated breath.
So, as Anders comes crashing out of the woods and I see him, I'm basically just going to run over to him and hug him. Be like, oh good, they didn't eat you. The cannibals didn't eat you.
I'm going to hug him back harder than I've ever hugged anybody. Not dangerously, but harder than I've ever hugged anybody before. It's going to be okay, man. I'll admit.
We got to watch each other's backs. We can't trust these two. They're going to eat us in our sleep.
No, we're not.
I thought they ate you, but.
Bishop, you're hot breathing all over Anders. Anders, you're like, it's gonna be okay. Bishop, you get a deep, heavy whiff of blue cheesy, kind of moldy meat scent on his breath.
Here, take one of these mushrooms. It'll help you.
Oh no!
Oh, no!
I'm gonna look at it and I'm just gonna eat it.
Yes.
Can I get a wisdom save, please?
Can I choose to fail it? Can I choose to fail it?
The dice, no. Motherfucker, keep it going.
Ethan's really quickly gonna go over to Julie and be like, "We need to hide."
Agreed.
Right now.
I'm quickly getting my tent and I'm just leaving.
Okay. Things are going to happen over the next 12 hours for Anders and Bishop. I will not. Oh my god. Things will have to be rolled, but yeah, you guys are you're mushroom brothers now. Now you both stink like moldy blue cheese. What's going on the sane side of things?
As Ethan tries to shuttle Julie into the woods and God, we need to get away from the psychos quickly. He will shout at Anders, who is slightly sane as far as listening to Ethan, to be like, "Use your energy. Look for the trail."
All right.
Don't
Bishop.
listen to them. They just want us to get lost so they can track us.
Bishop, take my hand. And I hold out my hand to him.
Yep, I'm going to give him my offhand that's not holding the sawn off and just take his hand.
I would like more map so that I continue going that way.
Somebody buy a musical number before these guys go into it all on their own.
Oh, no.
And we are at an accelerated pace going to start spiral searching out for any tracks.
Okay. All right, Julie.
Are you telling Bishop this is what we're doing?
Yes.
Otherwise, he's just going to be constantly looking around for the Death Claw. But since he told me, yes, I will be looking around, still half paying attention to the ground, but more around of the surrounding area.
Okay. All right. So Anders and Bishop, you guys take your hands and you're like, two are better than one, and you start investigating, sniffing the circle. What are Ethan and Julie? You're just trying to... You've given up on the meat project and you're just trying to run away?
Yeah, Ethan's gonna quickly pack up camp while they're like searching around. Just like,
What are the effects of said mushroom, by the by?
Oh, you'll find out shortly. I have to. I wasn't expecting to be
a critical fail
using this. No. You both get so much fun, but you a little more than yours aren't going to go away as easily. Anyway, Ethan, you're packing up camp. Julie, did you run off? I'm sorry, I missed.
I tried to pack up as much as I could, and I'm getting the hell away.
Ethan wasn't able to talk you into, no, we're really not like this all the time.
When you find a sniper's perch and watch them.
All right. Previous friends have now become strange enemies to watch from afar. Ethan, you're packing up stuff. Bishop and Anders, whoever is helping who, whatever, give me an investigation roll for as you guys are kind of both hand in hand circling the circle.
I say I'm making the main role since Bishop is still high as balls. Well,
yes.
Tripping still. I guess.
You will get the assist. Mine is a +3.
Not bad.
And more than 10 minutes has passed, so your inspiration is no longer valid.
Naturally.
All right, so as you guys are kind of stepping inside the sacred circle, Anders, you're noticing a gradation to the damage that was done to the foliage around here. You're noticing that inside of this circle are two smaller circles that have charred the ground deeper in the center and then working its way out to the outer area. And it looks like it was greater in the very center of it and at the very bottom, almost as if it was like a fire started in the towards the ground or shot at the ground.
Jetpack.
That is what you are putting together with that information. It was some kind of flame pointed at the ground, and unless you're stupid and wasteful, you would only do that with a jetpack of sorts.
Motherfucker has a jetpack.
Bishop's like, Molotov!
Yeah, Bishop. It could be a Molotov. There's no bottles nearby.
Well, to be fair, it would be all broken glass at the...
True.
So, it makes sense that there's no bottles nearby.
So at the same time, you shout out, Molotovs! And Anders is like, jetpack! And Ethan's like, packing up camp.
Ethan has no reason to believe anything they say right now. Even though Anders is rolling phenomenally well.
You don't know that.
Yeah, that's why Ethan doesn't believe a single thing you say.
You didn't even get that.
It's a jetpack, all right.
You probably don't even know that I'm not just saying the word jetpack out of nowhere.
Exactly.
Jetpack!
Ethan just keeps on packing up.
Yeah, but Anders, you're pretty sure jetpack, for sure. You see, looking up, like, you're like, jetpack, and then you, like, crane your neck and look up towards, the side of the tree that's next to this damage, and you see some broken hanging branches that you probably wouldn't have noticed unless you were looking directly at this path going up.
Can I tell any sort of general trajectory? Can I trig one this?
More math. Well, we didn't like it before. We hate it fucking now. But, up.
Can you do trigonometry while you're high on jet?
Up and east. Up in... if only this tree was, like, extended this whole area, maybe you'd be able to tell, but all you can see is this side of the tree is burned. So at least for a certain amount of time, it went this way, and obviously up.
And obviously up. I whip around at Bishop and grab him by both shoulders. Bishop!
What?
Can you understand me?
Can I understand him?
You guys are speaking a whole separate language right now to each other, and it smells
We can
great.
understand each other, yes?
You sure can.
We're high. He went high. He came down. We have to come down.
This is making absolutely no sense. What are you saying?
Sit down. And I'm just gonna like put light pressure downward on his shoulders. And if he sits, I'm gonna sit and we're just gonna powwow.
I'm gonna roll another intelligence save. No, I'm not sitting down.
Questioning everything, Bishop's like, no.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Maybe you don't like
making
getting
no
wet.
sense. Are you a cannibal too? You're just trying to lure me into a false sense of security, aren't you?
Bishop, how many hit points do you have?
I'm full.
How many is that?
27.
I could probably get rid of all of those.
I'm sorry, I missed something. What's going on?
Let's not go there. Let's not go there yet.
And just slapping him, something that Bishop can probably take once he's awake. You shooting him, probably not. No matter what state he's in.
As you guys are having your deep moment of sit down, no, I don't want to sit down, you guys are slowly starting to come with... I mean, you were able to piece together the trajectory of things, Anders. You guys you're coming down. You're looking around and things look less exciting than they did. The sky is slowly, what you can see of it, is turning this weird, like, yellowy orange color, like after a heavy storm and the clouds roll in.
The sky's on fire. The sky's on fire.
I'm just gonna pull him back into a hug and literally grapple him.
You
This guy's on fire. You're a cannibal. You're just trying to lure me into a false sense of security.
Shh. It's gonna be okay.
It's
gonna
very
be all right.
Very soothing. Anders is.
That's my contested.
Don't know how I'm gonna go better than that. Fuck.
Yeah, no. As you're just trying to pull me into a hug, I'm just pushing you away, backing up.
Yeah, Bishop, you can buck this all you want, but at this point, the world has stopped warbling. You are, you've got some gross mushrooms stuck in your teeth, but people are starting to look more normal. Anders is like, no, man, it's cool. And you can run off if you want, but at this point, you're like the guy that's drinking a lot of, like, O'Doul's and going, I'm so wasted! But you're not wasted anymore. Or you're slowly not wasted anymore. You're coming down, man. You're coming down.
Yeah, but Anders looking normal is still kind of...
That is very true. And Anders, you've got
So-
mushrooms all stuck in your teeth. You look savage.
It's the flavor saver.
Gross. Ethan, you successfully pack up camp. And you guys, it's about, gosh, after all this craziness, it's probably got to be about 6 o'clock at night. You've got another hour, maybe 2 of daylight before it starts getting very dark, especially in the forest, if that's where you're staying. You guys have cleaned up the pups, it looks like. You kind of stamped out the fire. What are you guys doing?
Is most of the food cooked?
Yes, Julie, you were focused while everybody was running around, so you were able to cook as much of the food as you wanted. Stow it away. And then
I have
whoever is taking the rest of the
11
inventory.
meals in my inventory.
Yes, you have. If you didn't give anything to anybody else and no one partook of anything, yes.
Nope.
And then whoever else is keeping track of the inventory, I assume, Ethan, since you packed everything up, you've got everything, but...
Bishop has
I have
been
my own tent back in my
Bishop
inventory.
has been inventory tracking. Unless if it's on specific people.
Yes, let the crazy bishop hold the items.
It's
for
just
the best.
out of
I'm
character.
eating bear meat and keeping my sniper rifle trained on the crazies.
How many meals worth of bear did we get?
I have 10 meals in my inventory.
Anders, you harvested 8. Julie, you harvested 11.
Okay.
But Anders is
I would have given all of that food. I would have left all of that food when I ran off.
Oh.
So
sorry,
Julie,
meat.
you have all of that meat.
So I have
That would be 18.
6 things of bear meat.
That's a lot of fucking meat.
8 things of bear meat if you...
Yeah, 8 raw bear meat, 11 cooked and or smoked, your choice, jerkied, whatever you magically could have done. Alright, so whatever you guys want to do is probably where we're going to pause it. But tell me where your brains are aside from drugs. You're all coming down. What are your next steps? Anders, you finally got Julie. You finally got that jet you were jonesing for, Anders. 1218 be damned. You got you got the stuff you were looking for. They are going to be very angry with you when they get back if they find out. Julie is hurting but is hiding up a tree munching on some jerky. What are your thoughts about where to go from here?
Heavy size, right?
This motherfucker's got a jetpack. Possibly.
Was it B6?
So, Ethan, seeing them coming down from there, Ethan would go over and investigate a little bit, staying at a distance from Bishop, not to scare Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop is just... Even though he's coming down off of it, he's still looking at you very mistrustfully.
Yeah. Head hurts, can't tell real from visions. So,
I am going to walk Ethan through my explanation of, you see these two extra burnt patches and how it's all burned up the tree? The guy might have had a jetpack attached to that power armor. And I think, look how it goes kind of that away.
Yeah, Ethan will take a look at him. God damn. Very well might have. Can Ethan roll to identify himself? Actually, no. Just... no, because at this point he'd believe Anders, so...
So you were going to try and see if he was telling the truth, but at this point you're like, no, his pupils aren't dilated anymore. I think he's telling the truth.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to go over and collect my hunting rifle.
Ethan probably would have at some point moved the hunting rifle to not in the middle of the open so it didn't get rained on, but...
Yeah.
Assumed competency, but...
I'm still getting it.
Oh, yeah.
I want to look it over. Make sure the cannibal didn't tinker with it.
Bite it?
No, sabotage it.
Bop it?
Ow!
That's going to be a thing that's in the back of Bishop's head now, is he's going to assume that Julie and Ethan are cannibals. And potentially Anders.
I mean, it doesn't help that Julie's off in a tree eating meat.
You don't know that.
You didn't stealth, so yes I do.
She's way the fuck gone. I ran out of map. There were several rounds of movement that happened.
Oh, okay. If you're that far away, let me know how far you want to go so I can see what things have happened. You can just type it in there. There's safety in numbers. Just saying. But you might not, belong to that way of thinking.
I am stealthed at least 100 feet away.
Okay. And how far? You said you're up a tree. How far up?
About 10-ish feet.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Yeah, still careful because constantly doing that.
All right, so Ethan, you were inspecting with Anders. You believe him. Both of you probably know enough about the man that you've been chasing, and vaguely rumors about his tribe, to know that you're not sure that you can, catch up to Jetpack, but you do know, based on the pretty lines that were drawn on here, the range of the jetpack.
Can I do a check to see how much I would know about power armor with his various affiliations and old world knowledge, like Arcana or whatever we're using for pre-war stuff?
Yeah, the Arcana. That's fine. Go for it.
I'm just trying to, specifically what Ethan's trying to think about is how long jetpacks last and the fact that they are very, very limited in range and power.
Yeah, so with the 15, that's pretty good. You do know that jetpacks are very limited on their fuel source. They can't go for very long and are usually only used in emergencies when you don't really have any other way to get out.
When there are bears around.
True that, or when
you're being pursued by a group of
two good reasons
locals
that seem very adept at chasing you. You also know though that the person that you were chasing, their tribe, so to speak, they're known to have lots of access to things that are rare to other people.
Such as fuel.
Such as.
Well, jetpacks can only go so long before they have to land at least once or twice. We've got a limited time before they just overheat. So theoretically, we can be able to track where he lands and takes off again. It'll take time, but it may be doable.
To tell you, you didn't see this person carrying any kind of accessory pack, fanny pack, backpack thing. So whatever he has was on his person.
Are you telling me he got a power armor set but did not get the optional fanny pack attachment?
He didn't, no. He was like, you know what? What am I going to carry?
You can fit a whole extra fusion core in a fanny pack.
Yeah, and look what it got him. He lost that fusion pack and it ended up in the stomach of a fucking bear.
Ethan, this might be the first time you've been challenged by chasing after somebody.
Don't usually follow after people with the wealth of the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah, like everybody by foot, it's old news. You're like, yeah, I track your footprints. There you are, boo.
Well, no matter what we do, we need to get away from these bodies, and quick. They've been sitting out for a while. That's been carried on the breeze. Something might be coming
Yeah,
our
I'll
way.
agree with that.
And night is approaching quickly, so you guys have a couple options to you. You can't get to any town that you know of before sun sets. So you have paths in front or behind you. So let me know which you would like to go towards. And we will likely pick up as you guys make camp in either direction.
I say
I vote we
follow the
bail.
tracks.
If you want to investigate anything else before you go from this area, feel free.
So let's agree on a Ethan, try and flag the direction Julie went and just hope she sees it.
I would.
Would you come back? He's not about to shout in a forest with a lot of animals.
Nope, she's good where she is.
Right. So he waves a bunch, doesn't see any movement or hear anything, and he's like, "All right, I completely respect that decision." So, I say Anders and Bishop, if you're willing to see reason beyond your unfortunate trip.
He's listening. He's just eyeing you warily.
Yeah. We should do a bit of investigating, follow the Brotherhood of Steel, just at least a little ways off. Try and find maybe either a clearing or I can show y'all how to climb up a tree well. How to identify a good sturdy branch from another. Just tie yourself to the tree. It's not the best place to sleep, but when we're in a forest like this, it makes do.
So you're saying go deeper. You're proposing we go deeper in, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing scary up in the trees, though.
Sure there isn't.
No, there weren't just last episode, so I'm sure they're all safe. All of them.
Every single one.
You ever seen a koala?
You mean drop bears? Gotta watch out for them drop bears, eh? Yeah, let's see this through. We came this far, let's push a little further.
We're gonna avenge Liam. That's what we came here to do, right, Bishop?
Dirty cannibal.
Did the trip stop that you killed my friend prepared to die vibe we were getting from Bishop earlier?
Now that he's surrounded by potential cannibals, he's rethinking things. But if the potential cannibals are still wanting to kill Jetpack Man...
You know, Bishop, you're very much now yourself, but like a hippie from the 70s that took a lot of acid is now where you're like, I remember, you're a cannibal. I mean, you're cool, but you're...
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're one of my
I
closest
remember
friends
when
on
this-
this planet, but you're still a cannibal.
I remember when Ethan and Julie ate Anders.
I remember
And
when
Anders
those
came back from
snakes
the
came
dead.
out of your mouth. I remember that.
Tough talk for a fucking snake mouth. Sounded a little bit too racist. I'm gonna take that back.
It's an inside joke you wouldn't understand. Don't want to.
Julie's gonna wait in the tree until the other three decide on the location. Also, until she sees the robot.
Yes, the robot will weigh in, but at this point it's... I mean, okay. Anders, you've made it clear. Ethan, you've made it clear. Bishop, you're on the fence. Where are you swinging?
I'm still swinging towards Mr. Rocket Man, but...
Okay.
Yeah. There's now an inherent level of distrust. The only one that he didn't see eating meat would be the robot, but he still dislikes robots from the onset. So nothing got worse, but nothing's gotten better.
Yeah, but they can't turn into cannibals, so that's a plus for the robots.
I mean, I have seen the robot cannibalize another robot to make a robot.
Doesn't the robot wear the tinier robot as an extra set of skin?
Most of the time it hovers above it, but...
Fuck!
The fucking most metal way that's ever been described.
You guys have just scratched the surface of Bitsworth's capabilities. Okay, so it sounds like we're voting team follow, off into the woods, Little Red Riding Hood.
Team fuck up Rocket Man.
Yeah, that is the title for next session.
Team fuck up rocket.
Gas up the rocket!
My god.
No, we're going to degas the rocket.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to make him go all Hindenburg.
The single plan we have for beating him is taking out the fusion core. Other than that, it's shoot
Make him go the way of the
Yeah,
Hindenburg.
hey, that's your fucking job.
It is my job.
I
just need to
also
not
have that
disadvantage
use
this
in
time.
action as a bonus action thing.
What?
I can also Julie can also potentially rip out a fusion core.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting.
Julie's not going to, because Julie's never getting close to an enemy ever again.
Julie has a bad record there.
Except you can take the ready action, and basically whenever X person attacks X thing, I time a shot.
Depending on where you guys go from here, keep in mind your visibility is going to affect your capability of doing things. I mean, you guys don't have a clear path anymore. So, yes, you can climb up trees and that'll help you see, but help you see each other to accurately help each other might be hampered a little bit by dense brush. Maybe those winds will come back, some of that good old rain. God, that rain felt good.
The DMs are metagaming to nerf us.
Yep.
Nah, I'm just leaving it open. You guys are wandering off into the woods after someone in power armor that jetpacked away. This is not on me.
Jetpacks are not
That's
exactly
sure.
subtle. Jetpacks are nowhere standard subtle.
I just realized what I should have said whenever Anders said jetpack. What are you talking about? There's not a pack of jet here.
There was.
Bet Julie still has the empty container for it.
She's gonna tattle on you, Anders.
Bucket, I had my fun.
Yeah, I'm starting to go against this whole continue this chase idea.
Getting a suit of power armor.
We're not gonna get a suit of power armor.
Maybe!
We're not.
Maybe.
I can promise you.
Or
Not
find a
shadow
relative
of
steel
doubt.
base, which would be potentially bad.
Yeah, but maybe. Just, maybe. And that's all you have to do, is sprinkle the maybe all over the dark, scary forest.
Ethan's been through a forest more than once.
I will tell you guys that we have figured out power armor. As soon as we introduced it and you guys were, chasing after it like a shiny new toy...
You decided to make the mechanics
We're
for
like,
it.
okay, this might be a thing. We'll just have it here. They won't do it, but we'll have it here. It'll be a cool thing.
Bullshit.
It exists. It exists. It's just
I'm talking about not doing anything with it.
Yeah, and that's it.
You're just gonna not wear it? If you get it?
No, we're going to put it on.
Who's gonna put it on?
Probably Anders, because he's on the front line.
We have we have a quarter of fusion core.
Yeah, you
whatever
do.
fusion core is going to be in that power armor.
That's gonna get partway through the forest, die, and we're not gonna be able to move it.
Well, fusion core can move. It can just move. Or power armor just moves really slow without a fusion core, and doesn't have any of the strength benefits or any.
Yeah, do you hear
It isn't. It's just a hollow shell that you have to kind of.
It's extra armor at that point.
I don't even think it is.
It's extra heavy armor.
I do believe,
Julie.
like in the Fallout games, I do believe you still get the protection. You just move really fucking slow in your stats.
And then everything is able to shoot you.
Yeah, but
Yes.
you're a mobile tank, you're fine.
However, if my AC is already 18, and we saw how few hits I took tonight, I'm still at 41 hit points, motherfuckers, out of 47. If my AC goes even higher, and I get a power that protects you guys, if I'm within 5 feet of you and you get attacked, I can take the hit. And if it doesn't meet my AC, the attack misses.
Which is great.
That's why
we're chasing the power armor guy.
Well,
and if it leads us to a Brotherhood of Steel base, maybe we
everybody gets power armor.
Recruits.
And you get power armor.
We'll turn into Fallout 76 everywhere.
I mean, I will say that I've heard a lot of the mechanics that are already in place. And I will say that power armor definitely has no weaknesses. Carrot. And we may or may not be posting the rules later this week.
Well, yeah, we added the items, and Casey already bought you guys a quarter of the core.
You're not going to make Casey waste his silver.
Wait, I don't think Casey thinks it's wasting.
Nope. But anyhow, I need to split before the hour.
Indeed. Yeah, we should call it. Okay,
oh,
well...
yeah, that other game is going tonight? I'll just keep the stream open.
Yeah, Princes is going on.
Bestowing curses.
You guys went back and forth on the name so much. I just ended up going with Princes of Darkness. I'm not changing everything right now.
I like that. That works too.
I went back and forth, and they're like, they didn't like bestowing curses. Now they like it. I'm like, oh, well, son of a bitch, the thumbnail's already made. I'll just call you guys...
Bestowing Princes of the Dark Apocalypse.
Curses.
No.
All right, well, have fun killing every, good person in your world, then, Akron.
Curse pockets.
I mean, we haven't killed every good person. We let a couple of people survive and go away. But
I think I'm going to stick around and create a couple NPCs that'll really pull on somebody's heartstrings. I just have to figure out if you guys have hearts yet.
That's yet to be found. Also, kudos to Anders for actually sticking to the jet addiction and going full feral.
And kudos to you for staying on acid the entire goddamn time. And being willing to kill Ethan and his pet rat.
See, the thing is I knew I didn't have another shell in the gun because the attack of opportunity for the Yaogwai, and then the shot against the tree. So out of character, I knew, but it was
meta. Like we were both totally in the clear there. But Ethan watched you try and pull the trigger at him, which was fucking metal.
Because it was just those glowing red eyes of what is it, Little Frank?
Little Frank.
Yeah, it was like nope. Oh shit! I didn't reload.
I mean, packing up the camp, I definitely would have picked Little Frank back up.
He's albino. He has the glowing red eyes were just bigger than normal. Those are normal Little Frank eyes.
To be fair, I don't think Bishop's actually seen Little Frank yet. So seeing that.
Yeah, Little Frank kind of scampered away while y'all went into the cave, and Ethan just picked him up and put him in his coat pocket and feeds him at feeding time.
If no one else is gonna do it, I'm gonna give Ethan kudos for trying to feed a bear a cracker.
I was about to say that. Yes. Good job. 3 bears. 3
cracker?
Bears. I'm gonna tame this.
Imagine if I'd gotten a good animal handling roll. Just maybe.
Oh, good reference, whoever's Kyle. Good reference, Kyle.
Yep. That is my kudos, definitely, for Julie. Best sentence I heard.
And that's an extra 100 XP at our level?
Yeah. Yep, it's 25 times level, so that's an extra 100.
Oh, yeah.
I need to pull up my PDFs.
I'm nowhere close to living. Goddamn.
None of us are. Don't worry.
Oh, before you go, Bishop.
Yes.
Can you roll me a D17, please?
What?
I know, I couldn't think of a
Give me a
even
9.
20. Okay, I will be doing that. Off. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
just feel free to
This is actually really good. Yeah, I will. This will be really good. Cool. Sounds good. Something, Julie, that you alluded to the very first time that you came across the group will also be applying to your good friend here. Something similar. So you guys will have a bondage thing to share. That came out wrong.
Oh, what?
Bondage?
I'm not into bondage.
Something to bond over.
Yeah.
Bishop isn't into bondage.
Ooh, Bishop.
Julie isn't into men.
Anders might be into both those things. We don't know yet.
This is what I get for saying the word bondage to a group of dudes.
Yes, it is, Sin.
That was great.
Sorry, guys.
Bishop, I'm not into bondage. Julie, I'm not into men.
Anders, I may be into all these things.
All right, and on that note,
All of the above.
thanks for tuning in, guys. Athy, please come back. Okay, bye.
Save us, Athy.
Come back.
Save us.